Well, hey everyone, thanks for joining me today. It's just going to be a quick studio update today really. I'm using my other camera today, so hopefully the sound's working okay on it. I usually use my little camera, it's just easier to sort of do videos on, but I think the quality should be better on this one. So hopefully the picture quality and the sound and things come out good. I'll have to see how this one goes really. But yeah, I'm just going to share how I'm progressing on the portfolio section of the Milan Art Mastery Program, which is sort of starting to come together now, I think. I've been working on a couple of pieces and trying to work out my style as I go. I've got like a theme running through, but I'm leaving a bit of variation so I can kind of explore a bit as I go. And yesterday started really well. I got up, came in the studio, and there was a plant pot smashed all over the floor. I was wondering why the dogs had been barking in the middle of the night, what they were barking at. Obviously there was high winds and a window slammed shut and knocked a plant pot off. But it's alright, I had a soft landing on my printer on the way down. So I cleaned that up, and then I calmed down, got myself together, and then I started on these two pieces. And I thought, oh, wouldn't it be nice if I used some drip pen on there just to sort of add a bit more interest to it, and like these paint mop pens, I think you call them, drip pens. There's this one. That's the one I was using, that's the culprit. I'm not sure if it's because the ink was getting a little bit low on it anyway, but it wasn't coming out very well, so I started squeezing harder, and as you can guess, the top popped off and it went all over the side there. If you can, it's still a bit wet today actually, it's got wet paint underneath it still, but yeah. I mean, it doesn't look too bad, at least it's in the right spot. So I just need to there's some things I need to tidy up on this one anyway. Like I need to do some more work on her face and her hands and things. But yeah, it's kind of just one of those things. I mean, it's a look that some people like, isn't it? Which I do sometimes, like a bit of like loose splatters and things. I think it might be a little bit too much, but I'll just keep progressing it and I'll see how that goes. I was debating whether to add oil onto these, but after talking to some people on the Milan forum, yeah, I think I will go with a layer of oils over this. I was thinking of just sticking with mixed media, doing them as acrylics, because I'm trying to find some ways I can do stuff that doesn't take me quite so long but still looks good, and then I can just keep getting some pieces up onto the website, and then I have longer term pieces that take me a bit longer, working on those ones in the background. But I'm trying to find some balance really, but I don't think it's really going to work with these canvas ones. I think you have to go, like if I look at that now, I think the colours just look too bright and candy coloured if you don't go over with oils. It kind of just brings everything together and gives you more of like a 3D effect. You have the warm and cool paint effect. So you can have the cool colours which recede away and the warm comes towards you. It gives it more like a 3D living effect, whereas the acrylic can look, like at the moment, it looks a bit flat. Also what I tried, I got myself one of these. This is like a little projector. I wasn't sure how I'd get on with it, but I used that on those ones, and on these little ones, just to sort of plot in the rough outline to do it quickly. I had like reference images on my website that I made, and I plotted in the rough outline and then painted over. But I end up going over most of it anyway. You lose your outlines and stuff, so you end up sort of painting it yourself over the top anyway. But I guess it can be a bit quicker, but what I find with it is it feels a bit rigid, like when you're doing it that way. Everything's a bit stiff and rigid, whereas where I did that other piece, that 30 by 40 big painting, I did that all, and some other pieces as well. I did them like drawing it actually in manually and plotting it in and doing the proportions and everything, gradually refining it. and I don't know, they just seem to have a bit more life and they flow a bit better. And I think so I think on these next two pieces, what I'll do is I'll revert back to doing the I don't know if I'll do it just all oils, but I might use an acrylic background. But I think what I'll do is I'll print off a reference image for something like, I can probably print it off on an A3 sheet maybe, like do it full size and put it alongside, and then I can kind of just check the proportions and things as I need to. But just go back to that way where I'm plotting it in manually myself, and I'll see how those ones come out. Because I've got some nice images for these ones I'm thinking of using, some like statues with some cool backgrounds and things I was thinking about, and maybe see how that goes. With it being a few layers of oil, they'll probably take a bit longer to do, and I'll have to wait for them to dry longer and stuff, but I think that's just something I'm going to have to just live with, really. I think what I'm going to start doing is hanging more paintings and things on my walls. Once they're touch dry, I can hang them up on the walls, because I've ordered all like the cable and the hooks and everything. So I've started doing that with some pieces, and then then it frees up my easel, because before I was having them all lining up on my easel, it was getting a bit much. But if I can have leave myself space on the easel to have the stuff live that I'm busy working on, stuff that's wet needs to dry, and then get things off my wall to add another layer on. I think I will have to work that way, and then hopefully I'll just once I get momentum up with that, I'll hopefully then start getting more pieces up on the website and things, which I'm starting to. Yeah, it's starting to come together already. I'm starting to get a few bits up there, and I think it ends up surprising you how quickly it starts to come together. You just have to, it's that consistency thing, isn't it? You just have to be consistent with it, keep churning away, even if it feels you're not getting anywhere. By the way, I tend to like working is, obviously I have like a list of the main things I need to do, but sometimes I'm just really tired and I don't feel like doing much. So I'll just pick something easy off the list to do. Like yesterday I wasn't feeling too well, so I did some work on those, and the day wasn't going so great anyway, as I explained. I sort of started just with these ones, like wiring the back up on them, and like that. I've sort of just been wiring them up with these D-rings, and then I've got my cable. I did order some of that for the big one I've got downstairs, but I think I need some more heavy duty cable for that, really, and some bigger D-rings. I think those ones are good for these smaller size ones. They're probably a little bit overkill just for these, but when you go up to the big size, I think I'm going to need the next size up D-rings, maybe with 2 screws. Be interesting to hear other people's opinions if they know what's best for the bigger paintings, or if these smaller ones will do. Also, yeah, on my website, I had that a digital download I put up there before. And I've done the same for, I'll put it up on the screen, this Christian piece that I made. I thought, that one as well, that's like my first Christian piece I made. I'm going to do like a blend of stuff, like, I just want to be like an artist making a range of stuff. But I was thinking that was like the first sort of proper Christian piece that I made. So I put that one up as well, whereas the other one is like my first kind of street art-y style, I'm not sure what you really call it, street art mixed media piece that I made, which kind of inspired a lot of the other stuff on these ones. So that's kind of the two of those, really. Yeah, I've had an issue on my site with I put up like a chat box, and I was getting all these Nigerian scammers coming on. They're all from Nigeria. There's loads of them. I don't know where I don't get that many visits on my site, but I don't know where all these people get my details from. I don't know how they find them. But I've just got loads from Nigeria coming on and just trying to talk with me on the chat box, and it become clear that they're just trying to scam. And then they got my email and they kept sending me emails. So I just blocked. I've had to just block Nigeria from my channels, from viewing my channel, which is a shame, because I'm sure there's people that are just legit that are interested, but I'm just getting so much I can't deal with that. I decided to just block it, and it's fine now. So I've got this app in the background that just blocks everything from Nigeria, which is a bit of a shame, but yeah, that's where I am anyway. I don't want to sort of babble on too long today. I'll be back on shortly to update on the progress with these 2 oil paintings and show how those are going. And yeah, I think that'll be exciting to see how those turn out. And because I'm a little bit torn between, I'm liking 2 sort of styles at the moment. I like this sort of street art style where it's just loose and fun, and you can have a bit of fun with the spray paint. But I also like the more oil paint sort of style, like I was doing before with that big 30x40, and there's that other one with the face looking up into like the stars. But I'm thinking maybe that's how I can kind of blend the 2. I can do stuff that's maybe like acrylic background where the sort of stars and things show through faintly, which seems to be like a theme in a lot of mine, is these stars looking up at the stars, or the glowing corner where it's glowing down. They all have that sort of glowing part to them in some place or another. Maybe have that in the sort of background, and then have more of like a traditional oil painting type thing in the foreground, like a portrait figure or something. I'm thinking that really. But I like these sort of pieces that have a lot of emotion to them, like faces with a lot of emotion, or looking up, or that kind of thing. Or looking into light and things like that. So I'd have to just, I think that's, like I say, with this, even though I'm doing like this, like I'm trying to put together this like body of work, I'm allowing myself leeway to experiment within it as well. I don't want to just be, I don't think I'd be able to do that day to day, just be rigid one thing every day to a process. I think I need to, even all of these are like a similar style and things, but I'm varying the process slightly to make it, I look at the reference image and think, oh that would work here, that would work there. Trying to keep them all similar, but using slightly different things on each of them, just to make, depending on the image, and using different techniques. Like I think some of these ones of mine might work well with a limited palette. We've sort of learned how to do that on the program. Like we have a lot of yellows and reds and things, and maybe I'll do them with a limited palette and have everything with some yellow in it, and maybe stuff like that. Maybe I'll try that on one of these ones, and then do another one where it's more like that dark contrasty background with the more like the statue with more like a sort of goldeny or yellowy colour to it. Which is, like I'm saying, that's kind of the variety thing. I think I'll just make sure I always have a bit of variety to keep things interesting for me and for other people looking at my work and stuff. People who just get bored of everything's exactly the same all the time. I need to experiment a bit and have fun with it and be creative. Try new things, but at the same time try and have that cohesive kind of look. Yeah, alright. Guess that's enough of me babbling on. Until next time, onwards.